Okay, if that's the wrong hire, how much it will cost to the company?
You are selling yourself to the candidate. They will consider buying you or not.
Treat your hiring process as the constant hypothesis validations. Because people, they want to work with sane, adequate people in the end.
Hi, I'm Dmitro Shvets, your host at the Start Global Insights, where I interview experts from different countries about local business secrets and international expansion experience.
At some point of international expansion, many businesses face the question of hiring people in other countries. It can be a local salesperson or the manager of the representative office or even the whole team. This journey is not easy and has a lot of hidden traps. To avoid them, I invited a true expert in this field. My guest today is Andriy Strekhaliuk, founder and CEO of executive search agency Astra Plus and a visiting lecturer at UCU Business School. Andriy has more than 14 years of experience in executive search, building HR functions, and leading team transformations within a global framework. Hi, Andriy, and welcome to the show.
Hello, Dmitro. Thanks for having me here.
Andriy, I know that you help different companies from small and to world famous big enterprises. Could you give our listeners some background of your experience in few words, the type of services you provided and geographies you've been working in?
My journey started with international executive search firm back in 2011, where I spent a couple of years as a senior researcher. And then I was doing similar job, but on the client side, I was a part of DuPont EMEA talent acquisition function. We were basically building the proactive talent sourcing, talent acquisition function for the whole region. And this is to your point about the geographies. It covered US, UK, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, north of Africa, and other countries. And then I helped Mondelez International to build the talent acquisition function in Ukraine and Eurasia. At that moment, this region covered 11 countries with active hiring, I guess, in 5 or 6 from Israel, Ukraine, Belarus. Then I spent a few years in IT companies, mainly working for the technology, both in outsourcing and also in the startups. And here the geographies covered Europe, Ukraine, and US, like Silicon Valley and the types of hirings and searches.
I also know that you've spent several recent years in UK. Did you get the perspective of this market as well?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that already. So I did my MBA at Uni of Glasgow in the UK. I had a project, hiring project there as well. And while staying there, I was lucky to be mentored by one of the most successful UK exec search firms who provide like 80 months guarantee for their searches, which is craziness in terms of exec search. So I gained some experience there. And after completing an MBA, I started Astra Plus, which is a logical step for me after being part of an agency, but as an employee, then being in-house, leading talent acquisition functions, and now I'm helping other leaders and talent acquisition directors to fill positions in Ukraine and worldwide, actually. Yeah.
Coming back to our topic of hiring people abroad, what is, from your experience, and working with different countries and different companies, what are the typical mistakes when companies are trying to hire someone not in their country?
So first of all, the first mistake that I would say is under treating the other locations as if they are your country, meaning that you just copy your approach towards the new location, new geographies, without the preliminary research. And usually the positions that we work with, they are critical because it could be the number one position in the location or the first team there. I'll give an example. When you have your job descriptions that work for you in Ukraine, for instance, or in Sweden, and then you go to the Middle East, for instance, right? It might work, but still, it would be much wiser to really adapt them to include the cultural differences and understand the cultural behaviors there. And you can do that easily. You can do it on your own, starting with what you've got already and testing and probing how it works. But it's crucial to embed in your hiring process this research and discovery part, that you try not only to fill the role, but really to understand after each iteration that, okay, what I've learned about the location, what is the candidate behavior there, how it's different from us, what risk do I see now, and so on. And I'm not even mentioning the salary levels, because usually the companies, when they start, they make some assumptions on salaries, or they just trust one source of that information about the market salaries. But that's not enough, and you need to treat your search, your hiring process, as the constant hypothesis validations when you work towards hiring a new person in a new location.
Actually, I'm listening to you, and I think that this is very similar to what I'm consulting my clients in terms of sales, because if you are going to distant market and then you are starting to sell your value proposition there, you need to adapt it to the local clients, to their values or expected values and pains. And in this case, this is exactly the same, but you are selling yourself to the candidate, because they will also consider buying you or not. Yes, we're not like in the Middle Ages when you just got slaves for you. Yes, this is a partnership business, and they need to accept you as a partner. So that's understandable. Yes, you need to make the preliminary job of understanding the focus market and the peculiarities of this market.
You're absolutely right. I want to highlight here the kind of lean startup approach. When you really work with hypothesis, you test it, and you need to do it cheaply. You need to do it cheap, because you don't want to spend lots of time and money, with your employer value proposition that you've got, and figure out very late that it doesn't work. You have to adjust it. So that's not number one in terms of this iterative approach. Is very important when you do the research. But I assume that for the listeners of your podcast, Metro, it might be interesting to know look, we are not present there yet. Like, we are starting, for instance, a company in Romania, for instance, and no one knows us there. What should we do? How should we attract? How should we build that trust that you just mentioned, right?
Yeah.
That's a challenge. And first, I'm going to give you an example for a startup that I was hiring a couple of years ago. And then maybe from that experience, listeners will understand the main patterns, or tactics, how you can deal with that. Mm-hmm. So we were hiring the sales engineering director, someone who will work with OEMs, like companies like Lenovo, Samsung, and so on, but for an online privacy startup. So it was an early stage startup, close to scale up already, but no one knew about it. And even the founders, they were really cautious to give away a lot of information, because everyone wanted to jump into that domain. And it was tricky, because you need to hire a person without, giving them information what they will be building when they join. So, what kind of strategies you can do here? First, and I think that this might be relevant to any business. So, focus on your DNA and your mission. So, if you're an agricultural company, you obviously, you want to earn money, right? You're focused on profits, but not merely. You have some idea behind the business that you can sell. You have a story to tell. I mean, the history of the company, what you've achieved so far, and even the whole fact that you are being in Ukraine, that you are expanding to Europe, to European market. Wow, that sounds intriguing. So first, focus on your DNA and really your vision and the problem that you're trying to solve, because that creates some emotional bonds. And if all across the hiring process, all the hiring managers in your team convey that message, convey that energy, it will help you. Because people, they want to work with sane, adequate people in the end. And if you are, highlighting, if you're showing this from the very beginning, that could be an advantage already, even if you don't have a brand there.
This can also act as a filter. Yeah. So you also would like to hire people that would match your values or your vision. Yeah, and then when you communicate your vision or your mission to the market, so then in this way you are filtering the inflow to potential candidates.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, for instance, if you are talking to candidates who are very money driven and you understand that you really cannot provide a lot at this stage, but you can provide a promotion in a year because you're starting a new business, you understand that the company will grow there and expand. And those who request the immediate, income, immediate might not be the best candidates for you because you want someone who will you really share your vision, and also someone who wants to be glued to this company long term, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So the second strategy would be the transparency, really, because it's about building trust. You build trust with transparency. And again, it's not about. So, for instance, if you work with an agency like ours, we can be quite transparent, and we always are transparent with our candidates because it's a not one-way street. It's always a two-way relationship. After that, if they come to the owner or to the CEO and they are contradicting what we've conveyed to the candidate, they might become suspicious, and that won't be the good practice, and it won't be efficient for you in terms of hiring. That's why we also embed a bit of coaching when it comes to the international hiring, so that the hiring managers know how to behave.
The message should be consistent, among
absolutely
all players.
Yeah. Transparency and consistency, they are keys here. The third one is the approach that I've already mentioned. Treat this search as a discovery, because you sometimes clients, they start the search with one position but in the middle of the search they understand, okay, we need to make a pivot here because we can't hire that type of person. Maybe we should hire someone more junior. So there's a constant learning about the market and gaining information from the market. And once you gain the information, you can tailor your approach, and hire the best people there eventually.
Okay, and if we will advise the beginners, for example, some company would like to hire a sales manager in a specific country, let's say in Germany, what could be their roadmap to do that? What steps should they take to make it more systematic?
There are two options here. So the first option, if you have the internal capacity and capability, you can do it on your own. The second option is to work with companies like ours so that they could provide initial research for you. There are pros and cons, and it really depends whether you have this capability inside. So if you're doing that, relying on your own resources, then your recruitment, talent acquisition, HR team, I would recommend always to start with the research. So really to test the background, to understand even which country we should pick. Maybe you are talking about Bulgaria, but Romania could be better, or Spain, and maybe you want to focus more really on France. So it depends. You need to understand what is the talent market there, what are the legal requirements, taxation, and so on, right?
And maybe why do you need this person? Yeah, so if it is more the remote sales and you just need the person that speaks the French language, it can be, I don't know, the Canadian one or someone in Belgium. Yeah, if it is more easy to find the person for you.
Yeah, you are actually talking about the step zero. Really know what you want and who are you looking for, and that's the job that either internal talent acquisition team or executive search company should do for you, really to challenge the hiring managers to understand, okay, why are we targeting this profile? Maybe it's wiser to really hire a Canadian, and because we already have someone there, or we can even cover that specific need using the internal capabilities. And knowing our business need, knowing what our goal, then we start with the research as the first phase, right?
And if we are researching, what are the main points, at least the minimum that you should research?
So if you do that internally, so you need to understand the market overall in terms of economics and trends. And if you are somehow presented in that country already, you can gain this from the reports from your sales teams, right? Well, there is a reason why you are hiring that person. So you have done already some preliminary research, but maybe while exploring that information, you kind of overlook something that is related to talent, or how quickly we can find the talent there. So it might be the case, and you should use this information. Secondly, it's about the talent availability. So if you're looking about the salespeople uh, or engineers, right? Do they have a hubs for engineering managers there, right? How does the sales work? After that, obviously, you want to know the budget for the role. You have your
Mhm.
own ideas, but when you face the reality, your ideas, they won't crash, but they will be adjusted for sure. And even
Mhm.
when we start with the clients, so they have the budget, then we do the search and we say, look, we can propose you these profiles, and it will cost you X amount of money, and these
Mhm.
profiles Y amount of money. So you need to understand the options in terms of the budgets. And and after that, really cultural nuances that you will be working with. So legal is one part, but also the candidate behavior is different. And if with the legal it's more obvious, you can Google it, you can consult with the lawyers, right? When it comes to the candidate behaviors, often you learn it on the go. So, and it's, I would say that's not the only way, but that's how you really learn the information. Because if you read about something, you don't really know what does it mean that people are focused on their well-being, and they
Mhm.
ask others to respect their personal kind of borders, if you want. Then you move to more proactive when you validate those that profile that you've got an employer value proposition by actively contacting the candidates. And here starts your assessment phase. And this assessment, it usually includes some pre-screen calls, so initial calls, and the number of interviews that you've got. By the way, it really depends on what market you work, because in some markets you need to be really agile and fast, and to limit the amount of interviews. In some markets you can be more at ease, and have the proper interviewing process. It should be proper always, but still add some other stakeholders. And then you make
Mhm.
the an offer. But before the making an offer, you should really understand your employee value proposition from the legal side. What kind of contract do you want? This, your initial idea, let's say, was to open an office there, and hire a full-time person on your contract, on your legal entity. It could be one, but even the recruitment process, on the stage research, on when you started to talking to people, you can understand that, well, we can go with an EOR, basically employment of record. So you can hire a company there that will keep your new person on your payroll. And this is a bit
It's like outsourcing, yeah. So you are outsourcing some company that is hiring the person on their legal entity, but you are paying them to do that, yeah.
yeah, that's a partial
Mm-hmm.
outsourcing, because outsourcing could be one of another model, when you actually not just keep the talent on their payroll, but when they can provide you the talent from the very beginning. So you can go, for instance, if you're looking for outsourced IT team in
Mm-hmm.
let's say in Portugal or Romania, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are companies that could provide you those professionals there.
Mm-hmm. So they already have these assets, yeah. They have people
Yeah, yeah.
in their list, and they can just lease it to them to you, and okay, clear.
And also you can hire a freelancer, right, who will work for you. But there is a tricky thing here, that if you will hire someone as a freelancer, for instance, but in the job description in your contract they will have more tasks in terms of work hours and scope, at
Mm-hmm.
certain moment you might be fined by the local government And it could be from 45,000 euros, for instance, that you violated the law, because this person should be employed or had the employment of record type of contract. But I want to give a disclaimer here, because every country is different in terms of legislation. So we are not an expert. Like when we provide executive search, our focus, it starts on your business needs and the environment, and it ends with the onboarding within those 12 months. In terms of legal experts, we always engage third parties, or the company engages third parties, to really go to those nitty-gritty details to be sure that you're covered, and in terms of the legal requirements.
Okay, so you have interviewed your potential candidate, and next you have selected also the form of cooperation. What's next? How to make sure that these people will deliver the result that you actually expected?
The first thing is to have a good lawyer in place with local expertise, because you need to be sure that the contract that you put in place makes sense for the candidates in terms of overall their understanding is in compliance with the legal all the legal requirements and your business goals. In some countries, like candidates will ask to write in the contract every detail, every penny, if you want. So it should be there, and once it's done, it's a document that could be used by two sides, both sides, the candidate and yourself. Apart from this legal aspect, it's important to have a proper onboarding of the candidate in place. So if you can invite them to your country, if you go and do some business trips there, so it will help to not only onboard and the candidate and adapt him or her to your corporate culture. They need to know your product. They need to know how you work, your advantages, not only based on the nice decks and presentation that you've got, but also to see the people, right? Invite them to spend a couple of weeks and so on. It's crucial to have a regular check-ins with that candidate. We always advise when we start, and as part of the process, when the hiring managers tell us, okay, I need a business development manager in Norway. And I want to double, in income there in 2 years. And we say, okay, but what shall they do within the first months? How would you assess that this person is performing actually? What would be the goal within the first 3 months and then 6 months? And that's the kind of agreement. Those goals, they help you within the onboarding of the candidate. And another bit that is important here is, I'll get back again to the legal part. You need to think about the exit strategy and understand the amount of money. Okay, if that's the wrong hire, how much it will cost to the company, right? In terms of, I'm not counting the whole
journey.
The whole journey, or the price of the hiring mistake holistically. When it could be 3, 4, 5 salaries of a candidate. I mean, we're talking about the high level roles. It's quite a lot. And you need to start the process all over again. But even if we decide that, okay, that it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and we need to hire someone else or open a new position, then you need to understand how much will you pay the severance package and how much salaries we're talking about, so that you plan this in advance. And this again gets back to the employment. And then hopefully once you've hired, you can grow the team, and you can use that local asset for your upcoming hiring projects.
To multiply the experience that you already had. Talking about this trust and transparency that you have been talking about at the beginning of our conversation, should the company have some kind of digital footprint before they start hiring the person? Because the person should the person will Google them, yes, for sure, to understand who they are.
Here, I would say that, and that's one of the mistakes of the when people hire talents abroad. It's not just English anymore. It's not just having the global approach. So you need to focus on the country that you are targeting. So, for instance, if we're talking about Argentina, then it would be much better to have the JDs, job descriptions, and announcement company descriptions translated and into Spanish. And please validate this with someone who is already there, so that they will provide you not just feedback in terms of translation, but also, hey, you can't put it here. That will scare off all the candidates, right? And it's also a sign for the candidates that you are actually treating this seriously, and you are caring about hiring. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, this is the same advice that I'm giving to exporters before they are starting selling, because this is also about the consistency. If you are communicating some message to your potential partner, the same message should be present on your digital assets and internet. Andriy, if we are coming to more practical stuff, to give some more information to our listeners, what about some tools? Yeah, what you can use? Maybe you have an arsenal of different instruments in your experience. Like, for example, where to search candidates, or maybe you can also suggest where to have information about the salaries at the proper market. Some this type of advice.
When it comes to the stage 1 after stage 0, right, when you need to do the market research, there are plenty of information available online at the moment in different formats. So whenever you want to search for candidates and hire a person, you can even go to YouTube and here learn about someone's experience of hiring there. So plenty of publicly available information. Also, you can talk to colleagues who have already hired there. Yeah. So, I mean, other companies that used to work with the distributors, but then they opened an office there. And even an hour with that person will bring you a lot of insights and will adjust your strategies toward hiring. And this is the first step I would recommend you, the listeners, business owners, and CEOs to accomplish. If you have your own HR department, this could be a task for them. So they could really understand and do the initial, even the LinkedIn research on the availability of candidates in certain locations. Obviously, every business has certain specific unique criteria, which is narrowing down the talent pool. So use this and try to understand the talent availability. You can also even ask for advice from the local firm, or you can ask for a free advice from executive search firm. Basically, really, that's a good choice, because you can talk to them without any obligations, and then we'll tell you whether they've hired there and so on. And even that conversation could be quite meaningful for you and bring a lot of value. Then, where to hire candidates, right? Well, it's a global world, and if you're looking for the C-level or the first employee in the country, those people usually would be represented they will present on LinkedIn. So you can find on the global platforms. If this is a very specific role, if you need someone with agricultural, for instance, background, you can go to the local resources that will tell you that here are the people. Some of the companies, your competitors, they have their, for instance, regional sales managers who usually have the agricultural background listed on their websites, and you can learn the article. So that would be the first kind of approach where to find those people. It could be local. Apart from LinkedIn and some job boards that are cross-border job boards, right? Like Indeed, for instance, Glassdoor, you can look for the local ones. Some of them have functionality that allows you to search for the candidates in the database, not just post the jobs. So this could be another method. Overall, there are two ways. It's a proactive search where you work with passive candidates, those who are not looking for the job, and active candidates. You should start with the second one, with the passive hiring, just publishing the role and see who will come. Yeah, so this inbound
if it work.
Yeah. But for the critical roles, often after this initial phase, you eventually do the proactive sourcing of the candidates. So it's wise to do it simultaneously. And when it comes to the salary reviews, right? So first, my main message would be don't rely on just single source of information, right? Even if you've paid for it. It's a journey, it's a discovery, so it's an iteration. You will eventually know the market in a couple of weeks, because we're talking to candidates, we're comparing different sources of information. But you can start with the information that is provided on the local job boards or international ones, like the Glassdoor, they all have some of information. But this information might be very generic, and they use the average numbers, so it might not work for you. And the second aspect is that they are not the candidate expectations are always a bit higher than, so you need to validate this information as well. You can buy this information from Mercer or Hayes, for instance, because they have huge database across most of the countries in terms of the salary levels, function specific, and so on. And you can, if you're looking just for a BD or sales manager, it won't cost you a fortune to get this information. But honestly, after 2 weeks, you'll know it even without it, if you start the search and do the candidate approach. So the paid amount is another source. Then your local contacts, talk to your distributors, talk to the partners that you worked with. They have the information. They will provide you some. None of these sources is 100% true, but it will give you the overall picture. And after talking to the candidates, which is yet another source, you will have understanding. Okay, these type of candidates, they cost this amount of money, this is the contract, and so on. So that's in terms of the finding information about salaries.
Great. Thank you, Andriy. This is very insightful, and several things I have never even thought about, and they are interesting from non-standard approach. So thank you for sharing your expertise, and maybe tell the listeners where to find you if they would like to.
Yeah, so I'm present on LinkedIn. My name is I'm Andriy Strekhaliuk. There, it's from the previous time. Another trick how to find how to do exec search globally. Also, you can find us at our website, which is Astra ASTRA.io.
Great. Thank you, Andriy.
Thank you, Dmytro. It was a pleasure talking to you. Have a nice day.
Special thanks to all listeners who made it so far. And if you'd like this episode and you would like to get more insights on international expansion, please subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss the next episode.